Today is day 2 of Pimpin' Ain't Easy's annual Forex boot camp. So today, as we embark on it, we are going to be diving into the crucial theme of the frontline approach. Yesterday laid the foundation. Today, we are all about substance, strategy, and a serious exploration of what it takes to navigate these dynamic Forex markets. Our speakers are ready to share their wisdom that transcends through the gimmicks. Okay, so as we all know, trading is an art. It is a skill, and today we're going to hone in on that craft. So what am I telling you? Grab your notebooks, grab your pens, prepare your questions, and let's elevate our understanding of the markets with substance and authenticity. Okay, so let's get ready to be inspired by a force of nature. Our first guest speaker, for the past 5 years, they've been conquering these Forex markets with an unshakable faith and skills. Their journey goes far beyond financial success. It's a testament to the transformative power of faith, resilience, and the grace of God. Widely recognized on social media, our speaker has gone viral, not just for their trading triumphs, but for their commitment to breaking chains in every aspect of life. With the grace of God as their guiding force, they've become a beacon of hope, shattering physical, mental, emotional, and financial limitations. As a super successful six-figure trader, our speaker's journey is a testament to the alignment of financial prosperity with a purpose-driven life. During this session, they'll dive into the intricacies of price action, risk management, and share their insights from their unique Stewology that has captivated the audiences far and wide. So please join me in welcoming this remarkable individual whose story is not just about Forex, but a powerful narrative of breaking chains and embracing freedom on every level. Everybody drop some fire in the chat for Jason Stewart, aka QB Stew. Let's go!
Can I just say I appreciate your energy? That was an incredible edification. I know it's a little bit dark where I'm at right now, but I appreciate everyone just taking the time to hop on the call genuinely, because the one thing I know we all share in common is the fact that we all are striving for more in life. And to me, like, knowing that alone, knowing that everyone is taking precious time out of their evenings, whether it's away from their wife or husband or kids or loved ones, especially as we approach the holidays, and everyone's gonna really be enjoying that time. I think it's very special on a Monday night. Most days, most people don't like Mondays, but I really love the whole thank God it's Monday concept. I love the get to mindset versus have to. I don't have to be on this call. I get to be on this call. And one of my favorite things about being asked to hop on Zooms is just the fact that I know I can pour into people. And so the first thing I want to do is ask everyone in the chat to define limitation. What is your definition? Not the Google definition. I want your definition of what is limitation to you. And y'all will see where I'm going with this, because when we can all have a deeper understanding of words, I love the quote, your words become your world. And I'm a big believer in your tongue is a sword, right? So what we speak literally comes to life. Now, for those of you who have kids, I don't have kids, but I got nieces and nephews, and I'm actually a godfather to 8 kids. Crazy, right? A godfather, 8 kids. But if I were to see one of my godchildren running around the house with a sword, the first thing I would do is either teach them properly how to handle it, or tell them, hey, you got to put that up until you're ready to actually carry that properly. And the importance of that is so many of us are running around with a sword loosely, not knowing how to handle it or manage it properly. And what happens is, if you're running around with a physical sword, you would be actually cutting yourself open physically. But with this spiritual sword, you're cutting yourself, not realizing the damage you're leaving behind. And there's wounds that have not been catered to. There's wounds that have not healed over and become scars yet, because we're still so loose with this sword. The reason I ask y'all to define limitation is because so many of us are limiting ourselves as far as what's possible, limiting our thinking, limiting our speaking, limiting what we even think could occur in our life. And so the actual Google definition of limitation, a limiting rule or circumstance, a restriction, a condition of limited ability, a defect or failing, the action of limiting something. All right. Now, the reason I continue to bring up this limiting concept, as many of you know, for a long time, nobody thought it was possible to run a sub 4 minute mile, right? To everyone, that was the limit. It's like 4 minutes is impossible to crack below. Now, as I show you guys this list of the 1 mile men, right? These people, there's over 100 individuals that have all cracked. Not only have they cracked 4 minutes, but they've actually cracked 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So there's over 100 people that have achieved what was thought to be impossible. Not only did they achieve it, but they smashed it. In trading, I remember I used to have affirmations saying I'm a six-figure trader. And at the first time of me reading it or saying it, I actually felt like an imposter because when I would read this to myself out loud in 2017 and 2018, I didn't ever have more than $5,000 to my name. Like genuinely never saw more than 5 G's in my account, but I was saying I am a six-figure trader. And there's a difference in faking it till you make it and literally speaking life into your life. There's a massive difference. Because what I was saying about myself, I already had the recipe, right? The God inside of me was going to activate what was required for that to happen. But I had to have the faith to even speak it into my life in the first place, right? It says faith without work is dead. So you still have to be willing to work. You still have to be willing to speak it. And faith is increased by hearing the word. Once again, this is not just the word of God. These are your words because there's a God that resides in you. So every single word that you speak actually holds God-like attributes. And this is why I all tied this into the sword, right? That very sword that we all have, and knowing how to properly use it. See, it's a massive difference in, in Achilles using that sword, right? There's a massive difference in all of these epic warriors over time that were just great swordsmen versus that young kid who just picks up the sword for the first time. And that's why I have become so deeply intentional about my words because I understand this is truly life and death. I refuse to speak limiting factors on my life because I know I'm not just putting limitations on me. That would be the same as putting limitations on God. So for someone to tell you you can't do something, they're actually not telling you you can't do something. They're actually putting limitations on God. As crazy as that sounds, that's why I wanted y'all to define limitations, because limitations are things that we say cannot be done. But as we know, the word says, for anything is possible with God, for nothing is impossible with God. And that's why I'm so focused on what I say, right? I could show you guys charts. I could show you guys price action. I'm going to do that, because that's what we're here for, is to look at some charts. But we have to understand the foundation of what even got me not only to where I'm at, but more importantly, where I'm going, right? I would never hop on a boat just to sit at the dock. Never. If I get on a boat, it's because it's going somewhere. But more importantly, I need God to be my captain and the anchor. I need him to tell me where we're setting the sails, and I also need him to tell me when enough is enough and it's time to rest and anchor down right exactly where we're at. See, I went to church a couple Sundays ago when I was down in Miami, and I heard something profound. Like, it's been sitting with me ever since. I've been hitting the weights pretty heavily. I feel like mind, body, spirit is important. So I want to start, evolving into that greater version of myself physically. But I started to really think on it. And I was like, where do we get strong? Right? Type in weight room. I want y'all to type in weight room, where we get strong. Weight room. Type it in. Because once again, words, y'all. Words. We got to see it. We got to see it and break down. All right, perfect. Weight room. Perfect, 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 perfect. Weight room. All right, now change weight to actually now write it this time as if we're waiting on something, as if you're waiting for your food. Weight room. Perfect. What if I told you that God had you in the weight room to get stronger? Because I know we all want it yesterday. I understand that. I understand that. We all want it yesterday. But what if I told you God had you in the weight room to actually grow? Because that's where I'm at, if I'm being honest. You know, once I've had the 6-figure days, I've lost 6 figures in a day. Like, everyone talks about the money I've made, but let's talk about the money I've lost, right? 240,000 in a day, and I still had to show up to practice. Once again, it's a difference, right? Either the money makes you who you are, or it's just a part of your story, right? And when you look at type in history, everyone type in history. We're all familiar with meta quotes, right? We're all familiar with meta quotes. Perfect. Now, what if I told you to put a space? Exactly. Alexa's already on it. Put a space between his and story, his story. So the history that you're living and actually going through is literally your history. It's your story. That's the beauty of it. You guys all get to write it. I'm writing mine every single day. And what's in the past is in the past. There's no point of continuing to relive it. That's like the same in trading. If you're looking at your history of minus 5,000, however you traded last month, whatever the history may be, and you keep staring at it, I'm gonna let you in on something. It's not gonna regenerate itself. It's not gonna refill itself. So you have two choices. You can either create an entirely new account, start fresh. That's what I do sometimes because I don't even want to see it. Or you can acknowledge it as a lesson. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. And more importantly, you know where the money's at. I talk about this all the time. It's not a loss, it's a loan. You know where the money's at. If you lost on GJ, the money's in GJ. You lost on Dirty 30, it's in Dirty 30. The only way you can guarantee that you're for sure going to lose is if you quit. That's it. If you stop trading, I can guarantee you'll never make money trading. I can guarantee it. But if you continue on, you keep learning and growing, it doesn't have to be massive like mine. See, the issue with me is I have an addictive personality. So, you know, it's like if we all start off skateboarding, we might all get excited about the kickflip or, you know, an ollie. So I used to skate and snowboard, anything with the board I like. Right. But I'm the type of person that once I get the ollie, now I want to, oh, let's go to that ramp over there. And then I'll see the bigger ramp. And I just want to keep pushing the limitations, which is how we started this off. I want to keep pushing the limitations, not based on what anyone else can do, but based on what I can do. So there's nothing wrong with being happy with $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. Like everyone has to go into it with a different mindset and goal. Keep in mind, 2017, 2018, I was saying I am a 6-figure trader. I achieved 6 figures. Then I started rewriting my affirmations. Then I started saying I'm a 7-figure trader. Now I say I'm a billionaire. It's that simple. But I never had the belief level starting out to say I'm a billionaire. I had to grow my belief, right? My faith had to increase by hearing the word. And then as my faith increased, I took action. I put in work. Otherwise, that faith would be dead. That's why this will never be stronger than this, right? You could talk about running a mile, sub 4 minutes, or you can get up and go run a mile. And the beauty is, even if it's not sub 4 minutes, you actually took action on running the mile. So if you can make me host, I'm not sure if I already am. Let's see here so I can share my screen. And then I'll dive into perfect. I'm gonna dive into UJ a little bit. As y'all know, UJ is what I like to trade. And the main thing I'm gonna focus on is keeping it super simple. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna ask y'all is on this daily time frame, what trend are we in? See if I can see the chat. feel like I'm on Twitch right now. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? What trend are we in? This is the boot camp. I got to make sure everyone knows. What's up? What's up? What trend are we in? Type it in. Type it in. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Okay. That's on the daily. All right. Now 4-hour time frame. What trend are we in? Perfect. Already on it. Daily uptrend, 4-hour downtrend. So on our daily uptrend, I pull out the fib. We're going to go from point A, which is here, the bottom of this bullish wick. And the reason I start here, y'all, is just based on simple structure. We know we broke the highs over here. Right here is where we broke the highs, right? We had this big bullish push. We cross over the moving averages. We got this big bullish push, and we create a new high on the daily time frame. And then we retrace, right? We have our retracement. Find a level of support. How do we know we have found support? What 2 candles do we need to see? Let me see it in the chat. What 2 candles do we need to see that lets us know we have found a support? And it's not a type of candle. It's just basic answer. Tested. Okay, but what lets us know it's tested? What 2 candles do we need to see? The answer is, right, red and green. That works. Perfect. Bearish, bullish. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want to see a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle. That lets us know that support has been respected. And if we are on resistance, what 2 candles do we need to see? So up here, what 2 candles do we need to see? Engulfing helps. It definitely helps. But what 2 candles do we need to see for us to acknowledge that we have hit resistance? Bullish followed by bearish. Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate y'all who are interacting, because once again, this is for you. This isn't for me. I know this, right? This is for you. I want the when you can master the mundane, then that's when your workflow becomes so easy. Because now when I look at a chart, I'm saying, okay, cool. We broke resistance. We came back, tested support. How do I know we tested support? Because we have a bearish followed by a bullish. After that bullish candle occurs, what happens next? We have a push that goes and breaks this previous high. So that lets us know that this is a valid level of support, because we had a bearish bullish that then pushed and broke past our previous high. From there, we only got 23.6s, 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 23.6s. And put in the chat, what is 23.6 to us? What is 23.6 to us? And this is all daily time frame. Notice we have only gone to 4 hours just to identify the counter trend. Continuation, continuation, continuation. So Marky, keep in mind, structure is 38.2 and above. 23.6 is just continuation. Our first key structure point is at 38.2. That's a major level price reversal zone, PRSV. Everything above that as well, but 23.6 is letting us know that when price respects it, bearish, bullish, we're more so looking for a continuation. So for example, I'll pull it out just for you to see. From this candle here to this bearish candle here, or even right here when we first broke the high, right? Because once again, the high was over here. I'll delete some of these fibs just to make it super clean and concise for everyone. All right, perfect. Delete these. All right, so this was the high. We'll pull out our fib from the bullish wick of the move to the bearish wick where we broke the high. All right, we see bearish followed by bullish, didn't even make it to the 23.6. Same thing, go touch that new high. We don't even have a 23.6. That's a wick, not even real price action. We go to the next high. Would you move to the next support since it retraced back to 78.6? Well, notice we haven't gone back to 78.6 just as far as we're measuring it currently. All right, as we keep moving it, you'll notice that we do end up getting retracement. Right, so now same thing here. We move to the next high, still don't get a 23.6. We move to the next high. And notice each time I move to the high, I'm putting for one, I'm using the magnet tool, which if you're not using that, I highly recommend it, because the magnet will literally snap onto the price point. The reason that's important is because even if I were to jump down to H4, the magnet is still going to remain on the same price point. If I jump down to M30, it's going to remain on the same price point. So even with this fib, or even with this trend line, I'm going to take my trend line with the magnet, and I'm going to go from this bullish wick to this bullish wick. And that's going to put us into the future, right? One touch, two touch, into the future. Now, from there, we saw we had a break, a retest, and we're pushing down. We'll get to that in a second. Why I'm still staying patient and waiting on what I'm still anticipating to be a bearish move until we get some bullish rotation back to the upside. But just based on this fib work, I like to put my fib on the bearish candle of the high point, because that lets me know we have run into resistance. Because once again, resistance is a bullish followed by a bearish. So we touched that. Boom. Did price break through 23.6 here? Yes or no? Where my mouse is currently at. Did price break through the 23.6? Yes or no? Yes. Perfect. Right here. We had a test, a bearish, followed by indecision, followed by a bullish. I wouldn't be looking to take a trade here. Why? Because it's a continuation area, right? And at that point, we had a bearish followed by a bearish. That's two candles. Then we had the test, right? Look at the structure swap. This was support, minor level of support. This was support. Price breaks below, retest followed by a bearish engulfing. Okay, now this 38.2, right? I'm gonna just drag it down. Does this 38.2 get broken? Yes or no? Where the purple zone's at? Yes, perfect. Perfect, yes. So we had this big bearish candle breakthrough. Once again, bullish, bullish, followed by bearish. So that's letting us know resistance is being met, and it's not respecting 38.2. We're still getting, on the 4-hour time frame, we're getting lower lows and lower highs now. Okay, let's look at the 50%. Was the 50% broken? Yes or no? Is that Sharuk? Exactly, bro. Exactly. It was broken. So I know it seems like, okay, Stu, we get it, but I promise you, it's really like I said, mastering the mundane. It's like as you look at the daily time frame fib levels and you're seeing price on the 4-hour create these lower lows and lower highs, and we're not respecting these fib levels, then that's making me feel like we're going to be doing the same thing. Let's jump to the 4-hour time frame. This is the first time we're actually jumping to the 4-hour time frame outside of acknowledging these lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So at this point, just based on the 4-hour time frame, you can pull out your fib. This is the 4-hour fib. Are we above or below our moving averages on the 4-hour? Below. Perfect. Below, below, below. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So on the 4-hour time frame, if we're below both moving averages, then that's letting us know we're more than likely going to be maintaining that counter trend down. So now we can go from bearish candle to bullish candle. So I'm gonna go from this bearish candle here, which was a high point, to this bullish candle here. Why am I going to the bullish candle? Why am I using the bullish candle as my point B? Let you know where price was respected. Exactly. Because the same thing I was asking about, how do we know that support and resistance are found based on candles, right? We always have to keep in mind that these candles are telling a story. Just like we're telling a story, these candles are telling a story too. That's price action. So we just need to try to read this book the best we can. It's not a matter of anticipation. It's just a matter of, okay, If we follow our rules unbiasedly, unemotionally, how can we get to a determination of an expectation of what's to come, right? And that's just based on, okay, so we saw bearish move because this was the low right here, right? This wick was the lowest that price had gone on this overall 4-hour counter downtrend. Okay, that low was broken here. So now we can measure from this bearish move up here, this bearish candle here, which also respected our moving average, which we'll notice it does that a lot, right? When it's in an uptrend, you guys are seeing both the 50 and the 200, right? 50s respected, 50s respected, 50s respected. A little spillover, so it's not always going to. And remember, these were just 23.60s, so it's not even the most valid. But when you guys see me scaling in, it's more than likely because I'm seeing a 50% or a 200% bearish bullish, right? Really that simple. Once we crossed over both and we had a clean breakthrough, what happened? We retested that 50 and 200. And then from there, we broke this low. Boom. New low. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Potential. Why is this not a lower high point? I'm going to ask y'all. Why is this not a lower high point? Right here. Why do we still have some more room to the upside potentially before it keeps moving its way down? Correct. It hasn't broken the lower low, but why else? What price reversal zone do we need to touch in order for it to actually be a structure point, not 38.2? Bingo. Why do I like the 50 and 200? Great question. Because it's more data, more time, right? All these moving averages are based on time. So if you have a moving average, I used to have like the 9 and the 18, but not enough time. I prefer higher time frames. I like to trade daily, weekly. Y'all know with crypto, I'm still just buying more. I'm just buying more. These daily sway payouts are all going into crypto. Simple as that. I promise y'all, buried treasure. Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm telling y'all, it's methodical. It's methodical. More XRP, more TEL, more backs. But I say that because if I can hold crypto for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, which I plan on doing, of course I'm gonna liquidate some, especially as we start to hit some of these next bullish cycles. I would be foolish not to. But long term, I'm going to hold 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like it's not even just for me, it's for my offspring, like to pass on to them. Like, here's a couple 100 million in crypto. Like, diversify. Whatever, whatever the next thing is to invest in. So that's always important. But just as far as day trading is concerned, you got to still adopt the same mentality. Who in here wants to buy a house? Put a one in the chat if you ever want to buy a house, or if you currently own a house. Good. Yeah, everyone shit. Even if you don't, shit, into fruition. Multiple houses. There we go. That's right. Exactly. Multiple. The reason I tell y'all that is because when you buy a house, are you looking to sell it in a day? Or when you buy a house, are you hoping that the value of that house goes up over time? And not a month, not a week. I'm talking about years. So if you can buy a house and make payments on that home and then go to sell it years from now, why can you not wrap your mind around the concept of getting in a trade and maintaining the order longer than an hour, longer than a week, longer than a month? I'm not saying everyone has to adopt. That's all right. The drawing is okay. I'm sure it was an accident, but it's all right, man. We got some Picassos in the chat. But back to the 38.2 concept, we haven't even reached the price reversal zone. So right now we're just getting continuation. So we could very well just continuation down to this area. Now, here's more importantly what I want y'all to see. What are these two zones to me? The negative 27 and the negative 61.8. What do those numbers mean to me or to any of us that use FIT? What do they mean to us? Take profit, projection zone, TPs, correct. All of those are correct. Projection zone, TP. It's an area that I didn't come up with, that mathematically, because if y'all really take time to study Fibonacci, it gets deep. Like it gets deep. If you ever want to go down that rabbit hole, or I mean, I've had conversations with ChatGPT on Fibonacci and like the origin and how it got created. But these are not my numbers. These are the numbers that Fibonacci has come up with on its own. So the reason that's important is because when we jump back to the daily time frame real quick, whenever your projections line up with your supply and demand zones, that's confluence. That's letting you know, that's extra confirmations. That's letting you know, okay, the very place that the very place that fibs are anticipating price to go are right on par with where I'm even looking to take entries on my buys. The 61 negative 61.8 in particular, because once again, keep in mind, this fib is based on the 4-hour time frame, not on the daily. So these are lower time frame projections that are also matching up with my higher time frame analysis. Now I'm going to show you how I even mark off my zones, right? I'm going to take this zone off. I'm going to take this zone off. And my zones are always the same every single time. I'm going to show you exactly how they're the same every single time because I follow the same rules. What did I say you need to see for a level of support? What two candles? What two candles? What two candles? What two candles? What two candles do we need to see? Bearish then bullish. Okay, perfect. So down here, where we had our bearish and bullish, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my rectangle and I'm going to go from the body of this bullish candle with my magnet tool on, and I'm going to drag it down to the bottom of that wick. And when we look right, what is it lined up with? That negative 61.8. Well, I'll be damned. All right. Once again, the reason I chose this area is because this was the level of support occurred before the big bullish push that created the new high. Okay. Now, another sub area that we could mark off would be this area from the body of the candle to the bottom of the wick. And that is a potential zone. And the nice part is you can look left and always see, if price respected. So we had a respect on this side, on this side, on this side, and on this side. We always want to see multiple touches, all right? I'll just point them out just to make it super crystal clear. We always want to see multiple touches. So we had a touch on this side right here of resistance, and then we had a touch on this side where it was support. And that's just on this one zone. Mind you, this is all daily time frame. So what I'm expecting to occur is for price to continue that 23.6 or even a 38.2, or hell, it could even come retest that 61.8. If price got bullish, where would you sell? Where do you think I would sell based on the 4-hour time frame? Where do you think I'm gonna sell? There you go. Simple as that. I'm not going to force a sell at 38.2. Y'all see where I'm going to sell, but why? Let's ask the question why. Why 61.8? Right? Why 61.8? Based on this zone. And once again, multiple touches across the board, multiple touches. So even this area here on the daily time frame is a bearish followed by a bullish that came up and then broke right below. So that was our 50% or 61.8% area on our overall daily time frame fib. But once again, the real move I'm looking for and anticipating is the bullish move. We just have to be patient. So hold on, let me put my magnet back on. Go from bullish to bearish up here. Highest point of the bearish. And y'all can see 100% retracement. In between 88.6 and 100%, that's where that negative 6218 lies. So if I were to delete everything, right? If I were to delete these zones, if I were to delete this zone, you know, if I were to delete these zones, what I'm looking for is a long position somewhere in this area with a stop on the lower time frame. And once again, this is daily time frame moves. You don't have to ride it out the whole way, you know. You don't have to. But once again, 4-hour time frame, that's where I'm going and looking for more detail. So that's how I end up with, you know, tighter stops. But I'm trading off the daily. So even if I were to give myself a little bit more of a, you know, a stop at least below this support area, then that's at least allowing me to identify if we get to this area and I see a bearish followed by a bullish, and then another bearish followed by a bullish, or some type of break of structure on the lower time frame, then at that point, I'm getting in buys. And then all I'm going to do is maintain my order using fib. And whether I were to take it back to this high, I mean, we've never reached 155, so I probably wouldn't take it that far. But I mean, for those of y'all who have been keeping up with me, like y'all know, I'll hold a trade for a month. Like I have held trades for 3 months, 4 months. Like I will hold a trade, especially if it's swap positive. So always make sure y'all check. That's another tip too, because I had to pay 40,000 in swaps. Yeah, I had to pay 40,000 in swaps. I think it was October. I was holding UJ cells. I was in UJ cells for 3 weeks, and I had 120 lots on UJ cells, and the swaps were like, I don't know, like 3,000 to 4,000 a day or something. And you know, they didn't pan out. So not only did I lose the trade, but then I also lost 40,000 in swaps. Shit's crazy. But on the flip side of that, when I was in those UJ longs, and y'all saw me holding and holding when I took the 1.5 thousand to 113,000 floating, and then literally the wick from hell. I'll zoom out on the daily so y'all can see what the wick from hell looks like. See if I can I'll go to the weekly real quick. Man, this shit here was a heartbreaker, y'all. I think it was this one right here. Yep, Monday, October 2nd. So this is the weekly time frame. So basically, from September 1st, which was this candle, basically around this candle, I caught buys and then more buys and then more buys, and price pushed all the way up here. I held from September 1st to October 1st, 100,000 floating. And then literally on October 2nd, the Bank of Japan had bought up billions of dollars worth of bonds. And the thing about USD and the thing about the Bank of Japan is a lot of time they had to do these buybacks, but literally, I mean, we're talking about the matter of like a minute. That too long to hold. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It was a lesson learned, you know. I really, to be honest, truthfully told, I really only wanted to hold um I really only wanted to hold for the month of September. Like I was even joking around with people. I had the Earth, Wind, and Fire song playing. You know, like I was saying, it's just gonna be, we're only gonna hold for September. And you know, the reality is like some US dollar news. I think I can't even remember what it was specifically because I was actually heading to the gym. You know, I was heading to the gym. I was like on my pre-workout. I had a little itch going. I was feeling good. You know, you go from checking your phone, you're seeing 100,000 to, you know, I'm gonna hold this because y'all see what happened. It still pushed up to 152. Like, and I was telling people I wanted to maintain the 152, so it's still maintained. And another lesson too, I had all these orders way down here. I had all these orders way down here. and I rolled all my stops to the same place. See, that's one thing I would have done differently. The one thing I would have done differently, I would have rolled my stop loss to break even on each individual position versus having them all in one place. And the worst part about it all is my stop was only 20 pips from the lowest it went. So I'm walking to the gym. I was actually on the phone with Dante, one of my good friends. I get off the phone with him. Like, I knew news was on the horizon, but I didn't expect that. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I had just held a whole month and we didn't see that, you know? So it's like back to grace. I had to give myself grace because it's like, bro, we went a whole month and didn't see that. And let me just dump down to the 15-minute time frame so y'all can really see how treacherous the shit got. Y'all hear the vocabulary too. Y'all hear the vocabulary. Okay, where are we at here? Monday. So what was your mentality once you see that happen? I'm gonna tell you, bro. Bro, my mentality was, first off, I had to find a bench to sit the hell down. I was not going to the gym anymore. I can assure you that. I had to find a bench to sit down and just breathe, just breathe. I had to like, it was one of those conversations with God where I'm like, that's what we're doing. Like, so that's how we're starting October. So I held all September, and that's what we're. And the other lesson that it taught me was, because mind you, I still made 38,000. Would anybody in the chat be mad at making 38,000 on a trade? But to me, it felt like a loss. Right? To me, to go from 113, which started at 1.5, to all the way back at 38,000, that shit felt like a loss. Like, I was devastated, like it was a loss. Literally because of this wick right here. Look at this shit, man. Like, look at that. And to me, it wasn't even so much about the money. It was about the principle of the time spent and the mentality spent, because what I'll tell y'all is the most difficult part about this trade wasn't even the trade. The most difficult part about this trade was maintaining my composure throughout the storm. And what I mean by that is the last 15 lots that I had added, which I want to say was like, oh yeah, it was over here. It's like over here somewhere. I added an additional 15 lots on top of the 30 some lots that I had already in way back down there. But the last 15 lots that I added was actually when I was with my mom at the hospital and she was doing one of her cancer treatments. And I'm in the hospital with her. She's getting her treatment done. And I'm seeing what I had marked up, and I'm following my rules, and I take the trades. And mind you, I just told y'all how I had 130 lots in UJ, and that didn't phase me, right? I'm in the lots. Okay, bet. I'm taking the trade. But these 15 lots, my hands were going numb. My breathing was getting heavy. I was starting to realize I was having a lot of anxiety over these positions. And I realized it wasn't even from the trades. It was from the environment that I was in. Like, I'm watching my mom have to take this on, and so I just bring that up to say, keep in mind your environment. A lot of time it's not the trades. A lot of time it's the environment that you're in that's causing the anxiety. And don't allow your trading to dictate your entire life. Keep that in mind. Like, trading is important. Of course, we all want to make money. But the last thing I'm going to leave y'all off with, in the Bible, it says chasing money is like chasing the wind. You can never catch it. I want to see some of y'all go out and try to catch some wind. Good luck, right? SpongeBob can catch jellyfish, but he damn sure can't catch wind, right? So that's where I'm at in life. Of course, I want to make more money. Of course, I want to empower as many people as I can. And I know every single person on this call, if you just continue to trust in God, the God inside of you, and you continue to speak life into your life, then over time, you'll have no choice but to literally find yourself exactly where you want to be. So I hope y'all got some value out of this call. I'm gonna swing it back to my dog PIP'N, because PIP'N ain't easy. And we got the next guest on. So whoever hopped on from my Telegram, feel free to stay on. There's gonna be a lot more a lot more value and stuff shared tonight. And just know, you know, from my side and from the entire Sway family, our goal and mission is literally to empower as many people as possible. So I love y'all. Stay blessed.
Shout out, shout out. Everybody drop some fire in the chat. That went crazy. If you didn't learn anything, please understand, chase purpose, not profits. Okay? That was absolutely insane. Let's go.
Hey, listen, that was nice. That was nice. Appreciate you, Stu, man. Thank you for the love, man. Thank you for showing up for us, man. Thank you for pouring into the people. Thank you for everything. It was beautiful. Appreciate you 1,000,000,000%.
Absolutely. So, you all, we are in day 2. This is fire. Your notepads, your pens are probably going crazy right now, but we aren't even done. That was just our first guest. Thank you for rocking with us. Again, I am Tosha Leza, the host, one of the hosts of PIP'N Ain't Easy, and we gonna keep it going. As we're in the realm of achievements and empowerment, our second guest stands as a living inspiration, a beacon of success, intricately woven with the fabric of the people they've guided and uplifted. Okay, so for the past 5 impactful years, our guest has not only navigated this intricate industry, but has also been instrumental in launching countless leaders into the broker affiliate space. The success stories echoing from their mentorship are a testament to the commitment to the collective triumph of the people. Beyond the professional accolades, our guest carries a profound message of family and commitment. Being married for over a decade and blessed with 6 beautiful children, this is a personal touch that just reflects their dedication, not only to the professional success, but to a life rich in fulfillment. In this session, he will unravel the transformative power of affiliates. Let his journey serve as an inspiration for each one of us. In his wisdom, we find not just a roadmap to success, but a reminder of the boundless potential that lies within each individual. So please drop some 777 in the chat for Ron, the creator, Oliver. Let's
go! Hey, I appreciate that. You know, listen, I mean, sheesh, that's an intro. Listen, guys, I'm really excited to be on this with you guys. Look, this is because of, you know, your leaders here. You know, shout out to Tosha Leza, right? And Mr. PIP'N. Like, listen, guys, they set this up for you. And so just be grateful, just be grateful, just be grateful. Because listen, this time of the night, I'm done. Like I'm with my wife. Like she just said, I've been married over a decade. I got 6 kids. Like I'm tapped out. But Mr. PIP'N hit me up. He asked me to, you know, speak to you guys. And so that's why I'm here. So, you know, send them some, put some 777s in the chat for them, put some prayer emojis for them, because PIP'N is really always setting these things up to help out the community and the industry as a whole. You know what I mean? He has a big heart to really, really help people. And that's why we all here. And so he asked me to speak on the affiliate side of Sway Markets. And this is really, really a blessing. This is really, really dear to my heart, because the way I can contribute to the industry, a lot of, like, you know, a lot of you guys don't know who I am. You don't know, like, you have no idea who I am. But I've been in this industry 5 years, like she said, and I've developed some great relationships. And I feel like my role is behind the scenes. You might not see my face out there, but look, like we are literally impacting people behind the scenes. And that's really, really important to me, right? So I got aware of this broker space last year, right? I was one of those guys that built communities and developed relationships with leaders, and I brought a lot of volume to these brokers, right? We brought a lot of volume and did not get paid a dime for them, right? We didn't know that they were paying out affiliate commissions, right? And so it wasn't until last year that I realized, wow, these brokers are paying affiliates. If you bring volume to them, they'll actually give you a piece of the commission. Like as traders, every time you place a trade, whether it's a standard lot, you get charged maybe $5, $7, whatever they may be. Well, that broker is pocketing that commission. Well, Sway came out with a program that says, listen, if you guys bring volume to the broker, we'll split that charge with you as an affiliate. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm about to put everybody that I know on this, every leader, because there's some good people that's bringing a lot of volume to these brokers, and these brokers are really hustling, right? I've heard some horror stories of what brokers have done to a lot of people, right? And so, but this was our way of actually getting a piece of the other side. We want to make money on the trade, and then we want to get a piece of the commission as well, right? So I'm gonna share my screen, right? In a second, I'm gonna share my screen, and if you guys have any questions, just throw them in the chat, right? And so let's go ahead and jump into this. This is not going to be a long presentation. I know, man, Stu can trade, man. I was over here just taking notes, love what Stu's doing. But it's not going to be long. So this is the Sway Markets affiliate program, guys. And of course, this is not, you're not obligated to do this, but this is how I look at it, right? If I'm telling somebody about trading, I'm gonna have them sign up with the broker, because as a person of influence, I want to get paid off of every transaction that I bring my community to. Every transaction. If I'm working, I need to be getting paid. And with this model, guys, everybody on this call, all 80 people of us, can get paid from this. So this is Sway Markets. And of course, you guys know it's regulated. It's regulated in Australia. And Australia is one of the hardest regulations to get. And that's really, really good. And a lot of US clients, they're like, man, well, I live in the United States. Am I protected? Absolutely. Right? Regulation means accountability. Regulation means accountability. So if anything happens to you as a US client, you still have your rights. You can still make things happen, right? And the biggest probably example of that is the Sam Bankman-Fried incident, right? The only reason that he's really going to jail is because FTX is regulated. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody understands that. Okay, so it's ASIC regulated, and those are the same regulations of the top regulated brokers in the industry. A lot of people love Sway Markets. It's really blown up right now because it's a regulated environment, but you still get to trade 1 to 500 leverage, right? And I could be real with you guys on this call. Like, we all see it. We all see these brokers coming and going with the access to MetaTrader and MetaQuotes. And if you were with Sway at the very, very beginning back in February, right, we were telling everybody what was going to happen, and people thought we was crazy. But now we're starting to see the after effects, and you're seeing a lot of people, you're seeing a lot of brokers scramble to have alternatives. But Sway always had a plan, and I want you guys to know this, right? If you're tied to Stu, if you're tied to Mr. PIP'N, like, if you're tied to these communities, you're in a great place, guys. I'm telling you, you're in a great place. You're in a great situation because they're going to make sure you guys are good. Sway is here to stay. I just want to make sure that's known. Okay. All right. All this other stuff, you guys traders, so you already know you can trade micro lots, minimum deposits, support 24/7, deposit crypto in, crypto out, wires are coming, right? Withdrawals, they say within 24 hours, but if you've been making withdrawals with like Tether, USD Tether, either, it doesn't matter, Ethereum or Tron, you've been seeing that a lot quicker than 24 hours. And that's really, really cool, guys. And I also want to tell this story as well. Like, Sway is continually to get better. It's always upgrading itself. There are always innovations. Like when Sway first launched the withdrawals, we told people, hey, up to 24 hours. Sometimes it took longer, but now they're almost instant. People are getting their withdrawals within minutes, right? When Sway first came out, the spreads weren't the best. Like, I primarily trade gold, and the spread on gold was like 6 pips, which is horrible, right? But now every instrument, whether it's metals, commodities, forex pairs, indices, they're all raw spreads. So Sway is literally has the best trading conditions traders need. So always remember that, guys. Like Sway's always going to continue to get better, right? That's why Sway Charts was already ready when it needed to be. Sway Charts was actually integrated, it started being integrated into Sway Markets a year ago. Okay, just so y'all know what's really going on behind the scenes. Okay, all right. So now what I want to do is direct your attention to this, because this chart right here is why Sway is really, 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 really blowing up, right? And I just want to I just want to see something like, do we have any affiliates here? Like, if you make money with commissions at Sway, like just type of money bag in the chat or a 555 in the chat. I just want to see if there's some. Okay, if you are an affiliate, you have a link, right, and you've made money. Cool, cool. All right. I just want to make sure every day. I just want to make sure I know who I'm talking to. Okay. All right, cool. Well, even if you haven't, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, right? It's gonna be very, very simple. So everybody can leave this call and literally create passive streams of income. And again, this is just from telling a person. Like this not no MLM type of thing. Like, yo, if you have somebody that wants to trade, look, yeah, just tell them to sign up with your link. And as long as they trade, you get paid. It's simple. Whether they win or lose, you get paid. If there's any type of trading activity, you get paid. If they take a signal from another group, you get paid. If they have an EA service, if they doing if they're copying somebody else's trades on the broker and they're your referral, you get paid. That's it. They trade, you get paid. Does that make sense? If you understand that, type of 777 in the chat. If they trade, you get paid. I just want to make sure. I love, yeah. I love the participation. Y'all gotta wake me up. Let's go. All right, perfect. All right, so this is why, yes, sir, Jamel. So we get paid off of Pam and Cop. Absolutely. If they're your referral, if they trade, you get paid no matter what the trading activity is. That's why Sway's changing the game. And it's because of this structure right here. It's because of this structure right here. So usually, when you sign up for a broker, you get one link, and if you send it out to your community, boom, you get paid off that community. That's cool, but that's old, right? Sway says, listen, this is what we're going to do, right? You're going to bring your community. You're going to get paid off that community, whatever they do, that trading activity. But if that trading community brings some other people, you get paid from those people as well. Okay? And that you get paid 5 levels deep. So if I bring Mr. PIP'N and Mr. PIP'N brings Tosha Laser, if Tosha Laser brings Jason, right? And if Jason brings Gordon, right? And if Gordon brings Tim, right? I'm getting paid off for all that trading volume. I don't know who Tim is. Nor is it in my business. I don't care. I do care about people, but it's not like, yo, Tim signed up because of Gordon. Appreciate you, Gordon. I'm still getting paid from that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's why Sway's really, really changing the game. Because of this right here. And let me show y'all something. Because I've talked to other affiliates that I brought on, right? And I'll show you guys my commissions just so you know, like, yo, you ain't just got, like, I'm really making money and Sway really paying, right? I've talked to other affiliates and they're like, yeah, man, I had 2,000 people in a broker and they were paying me 50 cents a lot. And I was like, 50 cents a lot? Well, if you just come over here to Sway, they're gonna pay you $2 per lot. And what that means is literally, if I bring in a referral, they put a standard on, right? Sway Market is going to charge them $7.50 for that standard, that one lot. Okay, I'm going to get paid $2 from them. $2 just from recommending them. It's super, super simple. Super, super simple. And this is how I realized I was going to make millions from this opportunity. Because I said, listen, I'm going to get 100 people, 100 leaders, people that have communities, people that have, leaders that do trading sessions, they call out signals. I'm going to bring 100 people, and they're going to bring in 1,000 people apiece. That's what I'm gonna do in 2 years, because that's going to be 100,000 active traders. And I want you guys to really hone in that word active traders, because we don't just get paid off of signups. We get paid off of trading activity, right? So if they signed up with the broker and they're not trading, we don't get paid because the broker's not get paid. The broker get paid when trades are taken. Okay, that's how that works, guys. And I'm gonna show you some of my commissions. Like, yo, we really making money out here. Okay, so everybody understands this. If you understand this, right, and Mr. PIP'N or Jason or anybody who brought you to this call, we'll make sure you get a copy of this, right? But if you understand this, just type a 7 in the chat. Like, you will get paid off of 5 levels. Cool. I love the participation. I've been doing calls all day, guys. All right, do my friend need to delete his account for me? Nah. Just go sign up some more people. If they signed up with the broker, like, whoever got you on this call, they'll help you out. But just go sign up 100 more people. All right. And just because of time's sake, this is in the back office. I'm gonna skip through this, but this is what I really want to focus on right here. Okay. Okay, guys, like this is life changing. This is life changing. So this is what's possible, right? And this is based on account sizes $500 to $1,000. That's it, $500 to $1,000. If you have 100 active traders, Sway says you can make $1,000 to $1,200 every single week. Now, you guys may be like me. I don't have a big direct group. I'm not a big influencer like, QB Stew. I'm not a big influencer like these guys, but I know a bunch of QB Stews. I know a bunch of Peters, right? And I get paid off all that trading volume. So as long as it's 100 active traders in your organization, you can get paid $1,000 to $1,200 every single week. Okay? Yo, it gets better. If you have 1,000 active traders, you can get paid $10,000 to $12,000 every single week. And also, again, this is not MLM. So it's not like once you hit 100, oh, you just unlocked a new rank. No. Guys, if you bring 3 people, 2 people onto this broker and they're trading, you could be making $20 to $30 every single week. Now, that may not seem like a lot of money to some of y'all, but listen, have you ever made any money from any other broker? The answer is probably not. And so just from me sharing my link with 2 people, you can probably, it'd be gas, probably pay a utility bill just from sharing a link. But for those people that think like me, they're like, yo, I'm about to really maximize this. I'm about to bring 100 people. That's going to bring in 1,000 a piece, because that's what this number is going to be right here, right? Right here. That's going to bring me $1 million or 1.2 million every single week, not month, every single week. After I hit this, I'm probably going to have some more kids. Why not? I can afford them. You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah, might as well. Look, that's where I'm going to be at by February 2025. I'm going to have 100,000 active traders. And we're making $1 million, at least $1 million to 1.2 million every single week. Like, you can do this too. Like, Sway is still new, believe it or not. So look, the sense of urgency is still up here to go sign up all your friends, all your people that trade. If they trade, tell them, come over here and get paid. You know what I mean? Yeah. And y'all think, all right, let me show y'all something. Y'all like, all right, man, you talking, but I don't believe it. Hold on, hold up. I'm gonna show y'all some screenshots. Can everybody see my screen? Type of 1 in the chat if you can see my screen, please. You can see my screen? All right, perfect. All right, so look at this. So this is how I started, right? And every line is a day, guys. Every line is a day. Okay? Every line, based off these numbers are decent. Like, yo, it went away. Okay, hold on. Let me just do this. Let me just go to the back. I ain't gonna show y'all no screenshot. Let me just go to the back office. Just give me 1 second. Is this making sense? Type of one in the chat. This is making sense. All right, if y'all enjoying this, ain't boring, y'all. Just give me some energy. Just give me some energy. Let's go. All right. Hey, let's go. If you can see my screen, just type a 5 in the chat, please. All right. All right, cool. Now, hey, so y'all know ain't lying. Y'all can see the whole thing, right? Look at this. Every day is money. I'm not playing. These aren't just goals. I'm really doing this. Y'all don't know me, but the people that need to know me. You know what I mean? I'm just low key behind the scenes, Ryan the creator. But look, this is just the beginning, guys. 3 months from now, this is gonna be triple, if not 5 times more. Right? And this is every single day. And you know what I'm probably most excited about? Because you see these numbers like this, 600, 200, those are the weekends, guys. That means somebody's trading crypto because we get paid every single day. We get paid every single day. And I've talked to some other people that come from other brokers. They're like, yeah, man, I get paid every week. I get paid every 2 weeks. I get paid every month. No, Sway says literally you're gonna get paid every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Right? This $200, $300, I love that. That means somebody's trading crypto. Yeah, right. Stu. Somebody's trading crypto. I'm super excited about them. Right? $3,000, 2003. Like, it's real, guys. It's real. Like, yo, it's real. And it's possible for you guys, though. You know what I mean? This is not just me. And I'll tell you I'm telling you the blueprint right now. What you want to do is literally go find. Let me ask you this: who wants to make that type of money from this? Who wants to make that? Just type me in the chat. If you want to make $50,000 a month, I'm right now making like $50,000 to $70,000 a month from this. Right? Right? I want to see who, because this ain't for everybody now. And that's cool. In the background, key. Right? Yo, in the background, chilling. Like my wife loves me right. Yo, I can't do no wrong in my house. Hey, let's talk about it. Huh? Huh? Can't do nothing. Can't do no wrong. Hey, whatever she wants, she get. I've been married almost 12 years, and it hasn't always been like this. So my wife is definitely a ride or die. I've had to tell my wife no, and not because I wanted to, because I couldn't before. Now we can because of Sway. You know what I mean? Look. But this is the blueprint. All you have to do is sign up everybody you know in the broker. Everybody you know. If they trade, if they talk about trading, if they have communities, right? Those are the easiest ones because all these leaders want to get paid. You know what I mean? They want to get paid. And so that's what we got going on here. And man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys because I can't wait to see you guys making $1,000 a day. You know, that's what this call is for. That's what this whole boot camp's for, to help you guys and help you guys elevate. So does anybody have any questions for me? You can drop them in the chat. Let me know. Cool. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, guys. How did you network with so many leaders? So look, it's all about just, being in proximity. One thing I was always good at is just talking to people and just getting to know people. So, when I'll give you guys a gem, because I still have to code DM a lot of people, because again, nobody really knows who I am. I'm really not that popular in this industry. So when I code DM somebody, let's say somebody I identify that can be a good asset for the broker, I reach out to them. I leverage either my results or someone else's, right? I send them a screenshot and I send a voice text. And I'm like, hey, look, my name is Ron. I see you. I love what you're doing for the industry. I appreciate what you're doing. But I want to introduce you to Sway, right? But more importantly, I want to introduce you to one of the affiliates on Sway, right? That can be Mr. PIP'N, that can be Stu, right? Leverage your leaders. Like leverage your leaders. Hey, I want to have you hop on a call with them and talk to you about how we can, help you create some passive income with Sway, right? And that's a voice text, not a text, right? That way they know I'm not a bot. And then I go to their page. I like about like 30 to 100 pictures, because I'm trying to get their attention. They have no idea who I am. So I'm just trying to get their attention. And then I go to their latest story and say, listen, I want to work with you. Please check your DM. And for influencers, anytime they hear somebody say they want to work with them, they think it's an instant check, because they probably want to buy a course or some type of service. So once they go see that, they see that screenshot, when they see making $3,000 in a day, $1,000 in a day, it gets their attention. And all I got to do is just get them on a call with Mr. PIP'N or Stu, and be quiet. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna sign up with me anyway. So I'm gonna just leverage my leaders. But for the people that just literally have people in arm reach, that's their hot market, like people you can just send a text to, that's easy. I'm telling you, like I see people that have 12 people and like 12 people actively trading, and they're making like $200 in a day. It's crazy. And so that's what I got for you guys. I hope you guys got something out of it. Again, thank you, Mr. PIP'N, for inviting me to this, man. Anything you need, I got you, bro. Let's get it.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna send you my cash out right now. Y'all see that, man? Get all that back. Oh my God. Listen, he don't even got a trade, man. He leveraging the network, and he's making you heard him, man, 30 to 50,000 a month. That is crazy.
They saw it.
Oh my God, that is bananas, man. So whomever got you on this call, man, make sure y'all get up with y'all leaders. Make sure you leverage who you know. Ask them to send you the link if you don't have one. All right, and get acclimated, because this is real, man. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I know you got a family and everything, man. I don't want your wife, going too hard on you, even though you say you're giving everything. Cash App coming in hot. All right, sis, go ahead, do your thing, man.
That was fire. Drop some 777 in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat. Drop your favorite emoji in the chat at this point. Just show me some energy, because that was absolutely phenomenal. I am hype over here. So many bag season before the new year. If you're not ready, get ready, because it's coming regardless. Okay? Sway is the way. Okay, our third and final remarkable guest is a proud father of two beautiful girls. He not only nurtures family bonds, but also instills the art of trading in his two princesses, setting the stage for a legacy of financial empowerment. He is a distinguished FAMU alumni, and he has a commitment to education that extends to his role as the lead master educator at Extreme FX Global Academy. His influence in shaping minds and fostering a culture of learning is truly commendable. Beyond the academic realm, he brings a wealth of experiences to the table. He is a former Marine who has bravely fought in 3 tours in Iraq. He exemplifies resilience, discipline, and a profound dedication to service. A mindset coach that was great friends with the late mentor Bob Proctor. This association speaks volumes in itself about his depth of understanding about when it comes to the transformative power of the mind, okay? As the CEO of Global Currencies, he stands as a visionary leader steering the ship towards success and prosperity. Please help me welcome Gordon Clark, who will be breaking down the smart money concepts, which help us gain a strategic advantage and ability to align positions with the movement of influential market participants. Let's go, Gordon!
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, man, y'all put some fire back in the chat for Miss Toja Laser. Y'all don't understand. That's my sister right there, man. And my brother, Mr. PIP'N. Let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and share my screen real quick. Miss Toja, can you give me host real quick? But, man, when I say I got a chance to meet them, and y'all, what y'all are seeing right now is just a snippet of how they just bring people together, because anytime that you see good people, I want y'all to understand that everything is cyclical. So whatever you put out has to come back. And how many people right now feel the love in this chat right now? Like, literally, there's so many people from all over the world. Matter of fact, oh, thank you so much, Amor. Thank you so much. But how many people just see that it is so many people that's from all over the world right now? I see Jamaica's in the building. You see Houston, you see California. You seeing people from all over the globe. Norway's in the building. Y'all put where you're from inside the chat. All right. It is literally people from everywhere, and nobody is here to get over on anybody, to manipulate anybody. They're simply here to elevate everybody, to give everyone knowledge. That alone speaks volumes about the people that brought this event together, because when you understand that everything is cyclical, that means that for them to bring this much love in one space, they had to put that much love out into the universe. So y'all put some love in the chat for PIP'N Ain't Easy, y'all. Y'all put some love in the chat for my brothers and my sisters. They've been loved from day one. I was just immediately drawn to them. I've been a lot of places with them, and I've always felt at home. So thank y'all for having me. It's been amazing, man. Just the money that we've been able to make everybody, the goals that we've been helping everybody to reach, and we're about to do that again. So if y'all are ready to go ahead and put some dollar signs in the chat. I'm ready. If y'all are ready, we're gonna get into these Forex basics. Now, y'all let me know if you can see my chart. All right, if you can see my screen, go ahead and let me know inside the chat. And we're about to go. Oh man, okay. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I told you I've been knowing them for a while. And for those who know that be around me, y'all know I'm normally talking about my brother PIP'N, right? When I first met him, I remember we did a event. Peter, you remember this? We did an event over in Atlanta at the Run to Play. All right. And from that moment, me, him, my boy Charlton, we called ourselves the Billionaire Boys, man. So y'all throw some bees in the chat real quick, because y'all about to get some sauce today, y'all, to go ahead and pass the money. Now, the young gentleman that just got done, man, I'm telling you. Hey, that was some great sauce, brother, and thank you so much, RTC, for everything that you do. Absolutely phenomenal. Jason as well, man. This been a packed night. It's been a packed night. So we're about to go ahead and bring it home. So what I want everybody to do before I get into teaching, all right, I want you to take notes. And the way I want you to take notes, I want you to take them as if you were about to teach the class as soon as I got done. All right. Can we agree that if you wrote notes the same way that that you did if you were taking notes to go ahead and teach the class after, you would take notes a little bit different, right? I want you to look at this like a lottery ticket, because if I told you guys, hey, I'm about to give you the winning lotto ticket numbers. Now, put it on the screen, and I'm going to let it sit there for 3 seconds. I'm going to take it away. Are you going to chance it to memory, or are you going to write those numbers down and go and get your money? All right? Everybody understand what we're saying here? So what I really want everybody to do, and I'm going to take my time, I got a lot to go over, but I want to make sure I drive the point home. You want to take notes. And for those who know me, I'm very thorough. So I know that there's a lot of people who understand how to trade, the basics, but I also know that there is somebody here who has never traded before. All right. And I also know that that person normally sees all of these other people that are on here who's traded, and they're afraid to ask a question. They're afraid to actually voice themselves because they feel like they're the only one who doesn't know what's going on. If you've ever felt like that, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. So for this reason, All right. For this reason, I'm going to start with some basics first, and then we're going to put it all together. If everybody's okay with that, let me know. All right. Yeah, like you don't lose. All right. The counter doesn't lose its flame by lighting another candle. So we're going to make sure that everybody's lit. All right. We're going to make sure that everybody's lit. I don't care what level you're on. We're going to start from the beginning. So let's talk about it. We're going to fly through it, but I put it to where you can easily follow along. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. So first things first, before I get started, all right, here at Sway Markets, we cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn money with our program, information, tools, or strategies. All right, this is an educational platform, y'all. So what we're talking about today is education, meaning that we don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to execute this, so we can't guarantee that you're going to make money. All right, we can't legally guarantee that you're going to make money simply because we don't know how you're going to execute. We don't know your commitment level. There's so much that we don't know. We can't guarantee it. All right. Does that make sense, everybody? But what we can guarantee is we're going to give you some good information. All right. So y'all ready to go? All right. Now that we got all that out the way, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So first thing that we're going to talk about, y'all write this down. The first word is going to be called currency pairs. All right. And it's literally a pair of currencies that we leverage against each other to make money. Okay. Literally a pair of currencies that we leverage together to make money. Now, some of you may want to screenshot it and write it down later. That's fine. We're going to be moving a little bit, but go ahead. All right, somebody that you know wants to know about this, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to shoot them a text and tell them to hop on. All right. So what I mean by pair of currencies, I'm going to give you an example. If you look right here, you see USD JPY. That is a currency pair. So that means right here, this is the United States dollar. That is a currency. And this is the Japanese yen. That is a currency. So can we agree that that is a pair of currencies? Now, if you've ever went to a different country, you know that you can't use the American dollar in, let's say, Japan. We would have to use the Japanese yen. So when we go there, we would have to use the foreign exchange market. We're going to exchange our United States dollars for Japanese yen. Does that make sense, everybody? So that is what we're doing here. So now the exchange rate is how we make money. So let's say that we went over there and we took let's say $1,000 and changed it into the Japanese yen. But since we went over there with Stewology and she knows everybody, right? We didn't have to spend any of our yen. And so it doubled in value while we were there. So when we got ready to come back to America, we exchanged that yen back into the American dollar. And since it had doubled in value, instead of them giving us $1,000 back, they gave us $2,000. If that makes sense, drop a 1. Okay, we went to Japan, gave them 1,000. The Japanese yen doubled in value. We came back, we got 2. All right. So how does that work? Okay. So, all right, absolutely. Let's go, Miss Leah. All right. So how does that work? I want you to look on the screen here. To the left over here, this is called your base currency. So when you see a currency pair, all right, the currency on the left-hand side, that is called your base currency. Okay, that is your base. So that means that that is just one of those currencies. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that, because on the right-hand side of this, it's called the quote currency. Now, what the quote currency is showing you what this exchange rate means. The Japanese yen, it means that it would take 144.9 Japanese yen to make 1 US dollar. That made sense, drop a 1. Okay, that's how the currency pair works. The quote currency on the right-hand side, this exchange rate, this is your exchange rate. So when you look at the market and you see that exchange rate, it's telling you it's going to take this amount right here to make 1 of the base currency, right? Let's go. Yes, it's going to be one of those type of classes, y'all. We're going to be very thorough. So here it is on the charts right here. We got the United States dollar to the Japanese yen, or affectionately known as UJ. All right, and right here, there it is. This is where you will find the exchange rate. It's a bar chart. All right, it measures the exchange rate times time. Okay, it's a bar chart. So there it is. So it's telling you right now the exchange rate is 144.908 at the time of this chart when I made it. Okay, so let's talk about the components that you're going to need when you trade. You're going to need an app that connects you to the foreign exchange market. You're going to need charting software, and you're going to need a broker. Right? These are 3 essential things that you're going to need. Now, let's talk about it. All right. One, it's called MetaTrader. You know, this is not the only one, but I want to give you an example of what it is. This is an app that connects you to the market. Is it a broker? No, it is the app that connects you to the foreign exchange market. Okay, and no, this is not an endorsement, but there's a MetaTrader 4, a MetaTrader 5. That is an app that can connect you to the market. Now, you also have charting software that you're going to need. TradingView is one of them, right? Again, not an endorsement, but TradingView is one of the leading ways that people chart up the market so they can trade. Okay, so that's 2. Now, absolutely, I got you. Now, when it comes to the brokers, y'all already know we rocking with Sway. Y'all put Sway in the chart, y'all. Put Sway in the chat. This is who we rocking with. Now, I just told you the 3 things that you're gonna need, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all are seeing that Sway has all 3 combined. This is one of the reasons that we rock with Sway. Not only does it make us more money, not only does it give us a better spread, not only does it give us ways to make more money by sharing their profits with us, but ladies and gentlemen, it also is an app with Sway charts that can connect you to the market. It also is a chart that you can mark up the chart to. Ladies and gentlemen, you have everything you need with just one decision. All right? Does everybody see that? And of course, if you haven't got it, if you were invited here by me, all right, of course, you can use this here QR code and go ahead and get you a Sway charts broker. All right? If you or somebody else signed you up or invited you here, make sure you get with them. Use their link, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. She says, "Wait, rock away." I cannot. Let's go. Now, let's talk about a PIP, because we're going to need to talk about this, and we're going to talk about money, right? So a PIP is called, right? And we're not talking about Gladys Knight and the PIPs, all right? But if you understand what that is, man, that's major. All right. So on regular pairs, all right, a PIP, this stands for point and percentage. All right. So how many people ever went to the gas station? You see that number all the way to the right-hand side. It's spinning fast. It's less than a cent. All right. Well, that will be the pipette to us. All right. But we're looking at the cent over there, and the cent will be equal to the pip over here. So everybody see on the screen, with the exception of yen pairs, the pip is the 4th number after the decimal. So everybody look at the screen right now. We found the decimal, right? The 4th number after the decimal, all right, is the pip. So what number on the screen is the pip? Somebody put it inside the chat. Let's go, Miss Leah. 8. Anybody else? All right, let's go. All right, absolutely correct. It is 8. All right, so that is your pip. So let me ask you a question. If we went up 1 pip, what would the number be? If the market went up 1 pip, let's go, Miss Steele. Okay, so we're learning, right? We're making sure that everybody's able to follow along. Okay, outstanding. Now, when it comes to yen pairs, the pip is normally the 2nd number after the decimal, the 2nd number. So looking at this example, ladies and gentlemen, if we added 5 pips, all right, what number would we have there? Let's go. So that means that the 0, boom, is the pip. All right. Does everybody understand that before we move on? And yes, all my advanced traders, y'all can participate too. Look, Gordon, I already know how to count pips. I don't need to partake. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, we want to make sure that everybody understands. So now let's go ahead and get into the lot size, and then we're going to start breaking into some concepts, and we're going to see how to put this all together. Now, with lot sizes, ladies and gentlemen, there are pretty much 3 basic kinds that we use, especially when it comes to Sway. And I know some people will say, hey, yeah, well, there's the nano lot, but we don't really use that. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the 3 main lot sizes that we use in Forex. Right, the micro lot looks like this one, 0.01. I don't really have time to get into the leveraging. All right, so that is explained in my classes. If you are looking forward to get into some of the class, I go into detail about everything. But 0.01, all right, that's equal to 10 cents per pip. All right, that means if the market moves up 1 pip, you get 10 cents. Right, same thing for mini lot is 0.10 when you enter in the lot size on your in your broker. All right, to take a trade. That is $1 per pip, and a standard lot looks like $1, but really it's $10 per pip. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get into it. How many people, because a lot of times when I see a lot of people trading, and this one thing I want to say this before we even get into this, because I know a lot of times people will shame you. If you have a strategy that works for you, keyword works for you, do not let anybody shame you about how you trade. Because at the end of the day, when you make that withdrawal, the bill collectors don't care what strategy you use. All they care about is if you paid the bill. Does that make sense, y'all? Right. So I hear people shaming people that use indicators, or some people shaming people because they don't. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever makes sense to you. All right. Everybody processes information different. Trust your own, absolutely trust your own analysis. All right. Now, let's talk about some basics real quick, because when you understand the basics, you'll notice that the naked chart tells you everything that the indicators can tell you if you know how to read it. So a lot of times people learn strategies as shortcuts, but I'm going to show you how to read what the market is telling you. So now if you add indicators, it's just a plus. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look right here. When a candle opened, this green candle right here, all right, this is a bullish candlestick, meaning that it goes up. So that means the body of this candle, it opened at the bottom. All right, let's say this is a 15-minute candle. So that means that it took 15 minutes to form. All right, it opened right here. During that 15 minutes that it took to form, this was the lowest point that it went. During that 15 minutes that it took to form, this was the highest that it went. And the top of the body is where it closed. All right, if that made sense, everybody put a 2 in the chat. Okay, so I think this is self-explanatory when I say bearish. All right, let's go, Keisha. All right, when I say bearish, that's what it is right here. Open at the top, close at the bottom. All right, let's put Monica. All right, now that's going to be very, very, very essential to understand that, because this is going to help you understand what's called the bias. All right, so let's look at the daily bias. All right, so when I say daily bias, that means that this candle took how long to form? 1 day. All right, and this wick is going to be the low, it's going to be the high. So when I look at the present right now, this is the previous day's high, this is the previous day's low. And what you're going to find is if the candle closed above the previous day's high, then it's a good chance that price is going to raise higher on the next candle. Did everybody catch that? I'm going to say this again. This is price action. If the candle closes above previous day's high, right, it is a good chance that it's going to continue to trade higher on the very next candle. Now, what's going to make it not do that? Let me say this. Everybody write this down, because this is very essential, and I'm going to show it to you on the charts in a minute. Market structure is the most powerful influencer of price direction. I'm going to say that again. Market structure is the most powerful influencer of price direction. Okay, so that's your higher highs and higher lows, your support and resistance, your trends, because your trend is only a diagonal support and resistance, right? But then you have price action. Price action is in relation to candles, and so this daily bias is a price action technique. So price action is the second highest influencer of price direction. So that means that price direction is telling you a lot, but if market structure is telling you something different, which one has seniority? Which one has priority, matter of fact? Price action or market structure? I'm gonna wait on that because I need everybody to understand that, because this is gonna, let's go, market structure. Okay, so sometimes price action is going to tell you one thing, but it's running into structure. You want to listen to structure first, and I'm going to show y'all that when we get to the screen. So let's look at what I just talked about. All right, let's look at what I just talked about. Okay, so this is clearly a downtrend. Well, Gordon, I don't know where it's going to turn around. Let's look here. Let's say this is our previous day's low. It closed beneath the previous day's low, and this candle didn't. So guess what? The next candle, boom, hit a low. Now this candle, this green candle, it didn't continue to go low. It closed above this. So that means that the next candle is going to go higher. Boom. Now this candle eventually went higher, but we're going to show that in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, all you're doing is looking at, did it close beneath the previous day's low? It's going to drop lower. If it closes inside of it, it's going to go higher. Okay. Did everybody catch that? Everybody caught that. Now here's the thing about it. What is the reason that it's turning around? I'm going to show you that it's turning around because of structure. These are sitting on top of order blocks, and I'm going to show you that when we get to the live charts. Okay. This is the next thing I want everybody to mark down. Thank you so much. Swing highs and swing lows. So let's break down this, because a lot of people think that swing highs and swing lows are determined by the color of the candle. It is not. I'm going to say that again. A swing high and a swing low does not mean that it's a different type of color. A swing high could be a red candle. I'm going to show you that. The swing high has to do with where did price go. So it is a 3-candle system. A 3-candle system. And the candle in the middle is the swing high. So that means that this candle has to be higher than the candle on the left and the candle on the right. That will make it a swing high. If that made sense, drop a 1. I'm not going ahead until I make sure that everybody understands this, because this is going to be essential to helping you understand order blocks. Okay. So the same is true, right? The same is true when you're looking at a swing low. All right. It has to be lower than the candle on the left and the candle on the right. That will give you a swing low. Okay. Hopefully everybody screenshot that. We're going to bring all of this together. All right. But let's talk about one of the 3-candle system. It's called fair value gaps. And I know I'm going through a lot of information, but it's recorded. I want y'all to look at this over and over and over, because when it clicks, it's going to change your trade account. All right. All you have to do is execute. But watch this. So you got fair value gaps. This is a 3-candle system. And all it means is that in the candle in the middle, the wick to the candle on the left and the wick to the candle on the right does not overlap, like so. Does that make sense, everybody? And so this space in between, that is called your fair value gap. Now, what you're going to find is on top of your, on top of and below your fair value, your order blocks that I'm about to show you, you're going to see that price rejects off of this, but it's also going to give you indications on if the market is going to come to it and turn around, or if it's going to trade through. Okay. All right. Cheryl Brown say repeat it. Sure. Not a problem. This is a 3-candle system called a fair value gap. Okay. So the candle in the middle, all right, is where the gap is going to take place. But you're looking to the candle on the left. See the wick at the bottom here, and the wick on the right of that candle. When it overlaps, all right, you want to make sure that the wick on the right and the wick on the left do not overlap. Y'all notice that this is the high. It doesn't cross with the low. So the space in between, that is a fair value gap. Did that make sense, Ms. Brown? Want to make sure. All right, and I'm waiting on you. Do you need me to repeat? There we go. Cool. All right. I'm real particular on making sure that people understand. I don't want to just say stuff. All right. And you just be like, yeah, because I want you to make money. Okay. So let's talk about entry points on these. Okay. So I'm about to show you order blocks. I'm gonna show you order blocks, but there's something called high probability order blocks and low probability order blocks. And I'm gonna show you this on the live count or live charts as well. So let's take a look right here. All right, when the body of the candles is bigger than the wicks of the candle, then you're gonna put it on the body. You're gonna put your entry point. This is bearish, so you're gonna put it at the bottom of the body or the middle of the body. Okay, everybody caught that. But if the wick is longer than the body, then ladies and gentlemen, the entry is going to be on the wick, the bottom of the wick, or the middle of that wick, right? Did everybody catch that? And yes, I'm going to show you this on the charts as well. So screenshot that. Screenshot that if you can. Okay. Let's go. Very, very, very meticulous here. Same is true for bullish, y'all. Same is true for bullish. The body is bigger than the wick, then you're going to put your entry on the top of the body, middle of the body. If it's bullish and the wicks are longer than the body, you're going to put it at the top of the wick, middle of the wick. Okay? So let's talk about these order blocks, y'all. Because a lot of people was asking me, well, Gordon, what is an order block? What is an order block? All right. So how many people understand that banks are, especially central banks, very, very, very key components in moving the markets? Okay. And I want y'all to write this down because this is going to make things make so much more sense to you. It takes 10,000 lots. Let me say that again. It takes 10,000 lots to move the market 1 pip. I'm going to say that again. It takes 10,000 lots to move the market 1 pip. So that means that you're looking at anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million per pip in the market. So when y'all see those long candles, y'all see those long candles, anytime that you see that long candle, that means that the bank is telling you, we do not want price here at this price point. It's telling you a story. We don't want price at this price point. So if they're spending that much money to move the market like that, then what do you think is going to happen when the market comes back near that price point? Do y'all think they're going to reject it again? Yes. All right. Did that make sense, everybody? You're about to see this on the charts too. Okay. So an order block, let's say that we have a support level. So we're going to wait for price to come here. We're looking for a bullish order block. So it comes to our support level. What we're looking for is price to reject and trade. And each one of these candles, I want y'all to look at them as swing lows and swing highs. All right. Due to time here. But we want price to trade above this next swing high. Okay. So what we need, we're looking for a bullish order block. We need it to trade above. So boom, the moment that it comes above the swing high, okay, the moment that it comes above the swing high, we need to say, hey, this is now a validated order block. The moment that it trades above it. And now you're going to look to the left, the first candle of an opposite color. The first candle to your left of an opposite color. Isn't that this candle right here? Does that make sense, y'all? Isn't that this red candle right here? The first candle to the left of an opposite color. Boom. Well, the body is bigger than the wick, right? So this means that this is our entry right there. This is our entry. So we're going to buy limit right here. And the low of that swing low, that is your stop loss. So now all we're doing is we're waiting for price to come back to our entry point. And that will be our entry right there. But ladies and gentlemen, here's another beautiful thing here. See how it came down and we're in our entry now? Well, what was the highest point that it reached before it came to our entry? Isn't it this green candle? That's our TP. That is called your internal range liquidity. See, a lot of people like to trade right above here. So, well, I know it's going to come back because it's going to give me a higher high, higher low. So I know it's going to give me a higher high because it's in an uptrend. So they'll put their entry right up here for a buy stop. It's going to pick you up and keep going. But ladies and gentlemen, isn't this range right here from entry to this highest point? That range has already been developed. So your internal range liquidity, right, is your highest probability. So this is why a lot of professional traders use that internal range liquidity to be a lot more aggressive. This is where they're going to be aggressive with their lot sizes right here. And I'm going to show y'all my trading plan. Of course, there's plenty of others, but the way I got mine situated, I have my high risk and I have my proper risk, right? Proper risk, all of those listed on it. So I know how to use each one of them in a scenario when to use them. Okay, so here it is. Internal range liquidity. Internal range liquidity is for this is range that's already been developed. If you're looking at somebody that's dug a hole, it's going to be easier once that hole's already been dug, right? So that's going to be your TP right here. And you're going to pair your buy stops with your exit. So what I like to do is from entry to exit right here, this internal range liquidity, I may have a standard or so here, but I'm going to get out right here. This is going to be my TP, but I'm going to have it paired with a buy stop right here with the lower lot size. Does that make sense, y'all? High, yes, sir. High, all right, high lot size between here, exit right here, but here's my buy stop. I can take a lower lot size right here. But guess what? If it broke above and it gave me a swing high, it broke above a swing high. Guess what that means? Isn't that another order block? Yes. Well, if it's another order block, then all I'm looking for is another swing low, and I'm moving my stop right up to that. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys that. How many people are learning something so far? If you're learning something so far, drop a 777 in the chat. All right, man. Thank y'all so much for having us, man. This is I love when people come together to just help elevate each other. Let's get it. All right, so let's go. Love it, love it. So let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you guys a couple of order blocks real quick, and I want you to see it like this one right here. Okay, just to point this out, because I think a lot of times people look at order blocks. I'm gonna show you this complex one first, and then I'm gonna show y'all some easy ones. But a lot of times people think that an order block is going to be something that's very, very, very simple, you know, to find. It'd just be like this engulfing counter right here. But it's not that. Sometimes you're going to see stuff like this. All right. Do y'all see this was a swing high? Can we agree that this is a swing high right here? This is a swing high. Matter of fact, let me do this. This is a swing high right here, because this green candle wick is higher than the candle on the left and higher than the candle on the right. Can we agree with that? Now, this touched it, but where did it break? Didn't this red candle right here break and give us a swing high right here? Y'all see it? How many people see that right there? It broke it. Okay. When it broke it, what was my first candle to the left of an opposite color? Right? This is an uptrend. Okay. All right. It's this green one, but I'm looking at this. Let's go. I'm looking at this down candle because it's an up. So I'm looking right here. Isn't this wick right here? I want y'all to point this out. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna zoom in real quick. Does everybody, can we agree that this wick is longer than the body of this candle? Y'all put some fire in the chat. Reggie just had an aha moment. All right. When we put X's in the chat, that means that I had an aha moment. So we celebrate somebody having that aha moment, because that means that they can help somebody else. So what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is when it broke structure right here, it gave us another higher high right here. So I'm looking, the first down count, look here, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, since the wick is higher, this was my entry point at the top. It could be at the top or at the middle. Did it not come back and hit our entry? Wick entry right here. What was the highest point? Right there. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Okay. It immediately hit our TP. And then we paired it with the what? We just ride this one on up until it gives us a swing low. Y'all see that? So this is what we're looking at right here. So now let's put this all together. I'm loving everybody starting to get it now. Because now once you see it over and over, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it. You'll be kicking yourself like, man, trading cannot be this easy. It cannot be this simple. It is. All right. Now I'm about to show you, I'm going to put this all together, and I'm about to show y'all how to see where the market is going a month before it happens, a week before it happens. Who's ready for that? All right. If y'all ready to put it together and figure out how to see where the market is going a month ahead of time, a week ahead of time, drop some dollar signs in the chat, because now we're going to get to it. Let's go. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. Have I put up an indicator yet? I haven't put up an indicator yet. The market is telling you everything that you need to know, but an indicator is another confirmation. So if you use them, use them. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of all of this. Okay. And get rid of all of that. And let's talk about this real quick. I'm gonna do this one, then I'm gonna show you what we did on gold as well. So first thing we're gonna do, and shout out to Mr. PIP'N, y'all put some love in the chat for PIP'N. He talked about this on day one. He said he liked to do top-down analysis. How many people heard him say top-down analysis? He was talking about order blocks. The reason he's my brother, y'all. It's a billionaire man right there. Let's go. So I want you to look right here. Go to your monthly chart. That means what? That means that it took a month for these markets to form. Now, for these candles to form. So isn't this a swing low right here, y'all? This on the monthly, because I want you to understand that the market is fractal, meaning that if it happens on a higher time frame, it happens on a lower time frame. Let's look at the bottom right here. Isn't that a swing low? That's a swing low, right? Isn't this a swing high? Right? This is a swing high right here. This wick is higher than this wick right here, and it's higher than this one. It's a swing high. Didn't this green counter trade through it? So that will make this an order block. That's a bullish order block. And I'm using a magnet right here, but see there's a magnet over here. So it'll snap to it. Boom. Hit the rectangle. Put it on the body. There it is. Does it make sense why now this came back down to this order block and why it's rejecting? Now, let me show you something about this middle line. It's called your mean threshold. So when I make this rectangle, I like to check the middle line, and I make it thick so I know when I go to the lower time frame where price is going to. And here's a nugget right here. If it comes to this mean threshold and it rejects outside of it, the next candle is going to go up. All right. If it pushes back outside, if it rejects out for this mean threshold, and especially if you got an order block. Now, this is a rejection block, but I'm not going to talk about rejection blocks today, but that's what it came down to right here. The people that take my classes know what this is, but this is a rejection block. But I want to point this out. It came right to it, hit our entry. This is on the monthly. Wick entry. This is a rejection block right here. You know what? Y'all smart enough. I'm going to show it to you. This is a rejection block. Anytime that you have an order block, write this down. It needs to be an order block first. Okay. And then remember, it needs to be an order block first, preferably like an engulfing candle. And we see it right here. The counter on the right-hand side, when it makes this wick, it needs to mitigate less than 50% of the previous candle. Does everybody see that? So can we agree that this green candle's little wick did not come to 50% of that red candle wick right there? So since it did not, that is a rejection candle. Didn't it give us a wick entry right here? This is on the monthly. So when y'all heard PIP'N talk about he likes to set his stuff up off of the monthly to get bigger moves, this is some secret sauce into getting that. All right, but I don't trade off of the monthly. Looking for my entries on the higher time frames, the monthly, the daily, the weekly, anything above the 4 hour. This is where you're looking for your zones to trade. That's why you see me marking these up. Okay, so I'm not looking for an entry here per se. These are zones to trade to tell me what I'm looking for during these times. Okay, during these periods. Guess what? How many people see this right here? Y'all can see it. Remember, I told you that the only thing that beats price action is market structure. So how many people see this? Traded above the previous month's high, gave you a high. Traded above the previous month's high, gave you a high. Now it turned around right here, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't we have a bearish order block here? See how I traded beneath the previous? So that's a bearish order block right there. And guess what? Who sees this? Rejection block right here. Because this wick does not trade above. So look at here. That 50%. So that is a rejection. Now this is on a monthly. Now, isn't that telling you where it's going? Again, structure trumps price action. That made sense. Drop a 1. This was structure. This was a structure here telling you on the rejection block. Boom. It's gonna outrank price action. Price action respected it, came back down. Okay. So Now that we got these marked up, we got these areas marked up. Now we're going to look for, and it's actually going to take me longer to explain it to you than it takes for you to do it. So watch this, because I just marked this up and explained it, but watch how this happens. We're going to look at the present candle. We're going to go 3 back. Boom. Trade above high, trade above high. This one's down. Okay. Now, this candle did not close. I want you to see this. This candle did not close beneath this candle's previous month's low. That normally tells us that it's going to give us a bullish candle. Did y'all catch that? Now look at what's happening. It came down and hit this order block, clearing out the liquidity beneath this wick. We got 10 days and 20 hours. Do y'all think that's enough time for it to turn bullish? How many people think that? Now, here's another hint. It traded above the mean threshold. That is a good indication that it's returning and that this was a pullback. It just hit this. Now, if this is an order block, think about it. If this is an order block, isn't this internal range liquidity right here? So what do y'all think this is going now that it's hit that order block? Does that make sense, everybody? If it makes sense, drop a 1. So structure is telling you that it's going up, right? Even though, right, structure is telling you that it's going up, and price action, okay, all right, price action is letting you know that it's going up. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look on the weekly, and we're going to wrap this up, y'all. I wish I can show y'all my GC triple thread entry. So it'll give you 4 entries on 1 trade. It's crazy. So we're going to drop down to the weekly. Okay. How many people see it already? All right. Well, we see this right here. Look, last week, remember I said 3 candles over. This is present. It traded beneath here, so we knew it was going to give us a low. It traded again. Now, this candle closed above the previous week's low. So we knew before this week even opened that this week was going to be bullish. How many people see it? Before it even opened, we knew that it was going to be bullish. So now let's drop down to the hour and take our entry, and we're going to get out of here. Drop down to the hour. And this is what I like to do. Watch this. It's probably blow your mind for those who've never done it. We're going to go and look on, we're going to look at where market closed on Friday. That's the bottom because that's where it closed, right? See how it's all coming together? And where did it open on Sunday? Right? Where it opened, there it is, same thing. Where it opened is called your mean. All right, it's called your mean. So since it opened here and we know that it's bullish because it told us it was going to be bullish, that means that it needs to trade beneath here in order for it to go up so banks can be profitable. Ladies and gentlemen, did it do that? I was hoping I was going to get on a little earlier because I want to catch this move with you guys. I had already said it, but I want you to see it. But you're witnessing it right now. And how many people can agree that this is an order block right here? Right? So hopefully everybody saw this. And yes, that means that it's going to trade and it's going to go up. All right? Pretty much for the rest of this week. All right? You have a reversal on Wednesday. All right? Really a 50% pullback. But pretty much you're going to see that this is a bullish week. So now you're getting in at the beginning of the move because between Sunday and Wednesday, it's going to give you the weekly low. Meaning that once it gives you that low, you can trade on a buy for the rest of the week. Trading just got real simple. You're just looking at Friday and Sunday, setting your entries, and you're done for the week. You just watch the money. All right. Last thing that I'm gonna say is this right here. How do we know how far down it's gonna go? How many people see order blocks and a fair value gap? So with that being said, I don't really have. I know you guys been on. I don't want to burn you out, but for those who want to know more, all right. For those who want to know more, I'm gonna share this, and we're gonna get out of here. All right. You can follow me. You can follow my Facebook. I have a Facebook group where I give free lessons on Fridays. All right. So y'all can just scan that, or you can get my information right here. Blick, this is all of my information, phone numbers, emails, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Scan that, screenshot it. All right. And we're just going to help everybody grow. For those who want to to learn from me personally from the platform, that one is paid, but this right here is free. But if you want to learn more, of course, that is paid. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm just honored to be here. We're going to be in Las Vegas. All right. If you want to meet us in Las Vegas, $199 ticket, but that's going to be March 15th and March 16th. All right. With that being said, I'm going to give it back over to my brother and sister, Toshalacia and Mr. PIP'N ain't easy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you know, we'll see at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. We will never, ever, ever look down on anyone unless we're willing to help them up. And remember, saying I can is infinitely more profitable than saying I can't. Peace, love, and blessings, everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. Drop some fire in the chat for my brother Gordon. You did amazing. Man, if we could stay on and listen to the gems you were giving us, it would just absolutely fire. My notes are literally filled. Thank you so much. Everybody, drop some fire, drop some energy in the chat. That wraps up day 2 of PIP'N Ain't Easy Annual Forex Bootcamp, sponsored by the one and only Sway Markets. The best way is Sway. We hope that the knowledge gained today becomes the compass guiding you through the world of trading. And remember, it's not just about the pips. It's about the mindset. It's about the strategy and the tenacity to thrive in the faces of challenges, okay? Remember, PIP'N ain't easy, but with the right frontline approach, we're turning our Forex game into a playground. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, to dive into the tactical techniques of harmonic patterns and crypto perpetuals, okay? So peace, love, and pips. We're out.